And, moreover, we also have it small. Hello everyone, friends of precision shooting. Even for today, at the end of the season and with fewer hairs, I am Giuseppe Valtorta, CEO of Victrix Armaments. And today we will talk about the latest product from Victrix. And I believe it will be a surprise for everyone. After years spent searching for increasingly exotic and exuberant sizes, we have understood that even with small things, fun can be great. This is why Victrix has decided to invest in a new platform, Small Bore, in a rimfire caliber of 22 LR, creating a completely new platform from a mechanical and ballistic standpoint. As per Victrix's translation, we are committed to finding top-level technical solutions, both in terms of materials and treatments, but also by conducting an in-depth study from a ballistic perspective to go beyond everything that was known until today about the 22 long rifle. We have adopted the technical solutions in common with the other calibers, with Victrix's best sellers, so all the material coatings reflect what we see in the top level of Victrix in the V series in its various versions. Today we will talk about Venus, which is the smaller caliber sister of the now famous Venus VA. In addition to sharing the color in this case, but it also exists in a black version, the ergonomic dimensions are the same, so we have the same distances between the butt pad and the grip. We have the same grip, the same position of the trigger guard, the magazine, which is a mock-up of a reduced .308 specifically for the 22 LR caliber, but a completely new action where we share the position and angle of the cocking lever, but the action and bolt are completely redesigned to work best with this type of ammunition. The chassis remains interchangeable with the E308 and 6.5 series. Since the dimensions are the same and the footprint of the action remains unchanged. So for those who need to switch between a type of weapon from the Victrix Phi series and the new MT2LR platform, it becomes very simple. With just 3 screws, we can change from one configuration to another. What at first glance makes us understand that we are not using a standard caliber weapon is the barrel that we have specifically designed for this caliber in terms of profile, materials, and diameters. And in this platform, it will have a length of 26 inches. Another difference is the absence of threading on the muzzle, as we believe that the muzzle brake is objectively just a stylistic and aesthetic embellishment, and from a functional standpoint, you know better than I do that there is no reason for it to be there. In fact, for those who are technicians, they know perfectly well that a variation in diameter at the muzzle, especially in this type of caliber, has quite significant influences. So much so that we are studying a series of accessories to be mounted on the muzzle, but without the aid of barrel threading. Completely new, however, is the action still, in 17.4 pH, but with a shape completely different from what we are used to seeing. We immediately notice that it has 2 asymmetric lugs at the rear that engage the action right in the area of the bolt exit. We have a front part obviously detached from the rear with the double extractor. The coating of the bolt parts is the usual PVD in this finish, let's say, chrome-like, but it remains a PVD that we have understood offers the best performance in terms of sliding and scratch resistance. The surface of the bolt is light in color, while on the action, we prefer to keep it dark, as we are used to with other series of firearms. As I mentioned before, the lever is shared with the other Victrix series, so the position and opening angle remain the same, as does the ease of maintenance and disassembly of the firing pin assembly, where really, in just a few moves, we can completely disassemble the bolt into all its parts for a quick and effective cleaning, even easily, in the field, if desired. Therefore, the disassembly and reassembly of the striker bolt assembly remains practically the same as what we are used to seeing. in standard calibers. Very quick and very clean. Therefore, in the design, we obviously took into account the ease of use and maintenance of the weapon itself. Last, but not least, is the magazine, which, from the perspective of external geometries and ergonomics, remains unchanged compared to what you have seen so far in the Victrix 50 series. We had to work hard to make the feeding very smooth without jams and to have the possibility of having 10 rounds, having a follower that facilitates the insertion of rounds onto the elevator, and above all allows us to see at a glance the status of the magazine to understand how many rounds we actually have left. The rest of the mechanics, including the trigger, is compatible with all other models in the V series. Therefore, you can choose any type of trigger, whether a single stage or a double stage, with weights ranging from 60 grams to 1,500 grams. Also, regarding the barrel attachment, we have used a previously unseen system, which is a plug-in system with screws that tension the surfaces of the barrel onto the surfaces of the action, but above all, radial screws that serve to modify the vibration frequency, thus dampening those ranges of vibrations that we have seen through measurements to be detrimental to the repeatability of the firing cycle. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, small caliber but a lot of work, so much so that it took us a lot of energy and a lot of time to arrive at a product that we believe will be a market bestseller. We understood from enthusiasts that they were looking for fun, not necessarily through the use of extravagant calibers, which involve a significant expenditure of money regarding components, which at the moment are also difficult to find, such as powder, casings, in short, everything related to reloading. When in reality, with a 22 LR, we can simulate the difficulties of other calibers at much shorter distances in more widely available structures and with an absolutely negligible cost regarding ammunition. We did not want to imitate technical solutions from other bands, medium or medium-low, since in 22 caliber there are indeed very economical solutions, but probably not well crafted and not up to the expectations of the professional athlete, let's put it this way, of those who make sports activities almost a profession, not just the weekend enthusiast, but those who invest time and money traveling to participate in shooting competitions, which have been spreading especially in recent months here in Italy, for example in PRS. This is why we have tried to combine what the technical, ergonomic, and aesthetic solutions of large caliber rifles are, with which they may compete, and want to use only 22 platforms for training, to train muscle memory, to train everything that can also be done with a smaller caliber. And this is why we decided to present ourselves directly with the premium line to introduce the new small bore, which will be sold in two configurations, in the black configuration with hard anodizing, and in the now famous aerobic blue. The new Venus V Small Bore will be delivered in a special case made by Explorer Case, and the price starts at €2,090, excluding VAT. If you, like me, think that size doesn't always matter and that fun is not directly proportional to caliber, the new Venus V Small Bore is waiting for you at the gun shop. For today, we have said everything. We will see each other soon, or rather very soon, with more news. Bye, everyone.